Do not let circumstances dictate your identity. Things goes up, things come down. But for a child of God, you stay up. There are times that Jesus had no food. But it was never with provision. There are times Jesus could not pay his taxes. That he needed miracle. Remember when they have to get money from the mouth of the fish? Do you remember that? There were times Jesus could not pay his own taxes. He was not just broke, even Peter was broke too. Because himself and Peter, they have tax debt. And they needed a miracle to pay their own taxes. There was a time in Jesus' ministry, he wanted to feed the crowd, and there was no food, and there was no money. He needed a miracle. A little child, they took food. Which preacher would take food from a little child? They took food. They said, what do you have? They said, feed them. Say, how can we feed them? A year worth of wages cannot feed all these people. They said, what do you have? We said, we don't have anything except there's a little boy here that has 5 loaves and 2 fishes. They said, take it, bring it. And the Bible says, Jesus took it and blessed it. And told them to sit down and bless it and gave it to them. And as they began to break the bread, it began to multiply. And they used 5 loaves and 2 fishes to feed 5,000 men, plus women and children. At that moment, Jesus could have given up, said, I can't afford this. This is too much. How can I be serving God and I can't afford to do anything God called me to do? How can I be serving God and I'm broke? How can I be serving God and things are difficult? Jesus faced poverty. But how did he deal with it? By faith. In Galatians chapter 4, the Bible talks about Paul was sick. How many of you know that Paul was sick? Go and read it. Paul was sick. How did he confront it? By faith. How do you deal with lack? By faith. How do you deal with sickness? By faith. How do you deal with weakness? By faith. How do you deal with misfortune? By faith. How do you deal with disadvantages? By faith. How do you deal with pressure? By faith. How do you deal with stress? By faith. How do you deal with lack? By faith. How do you deal with poverty? By faith. You have to live by faith. Because the just shall live by faith. It means the just die by doubt. If you live by faith, it means you die by doubt. Jacob was a man that was labeled. The meaning of the word Jacob is coming behind. The word Jacob literally means come from behind, coming behind, not overtake, come behind. It means follow. Remember when Jacob and Esau were born? The Bible says Jacob and Esau were fighting each other. And Jacob was wrestling his brother from the womb. So from the time Jacob was in the womb, he was behind. He was trying to get out first. And Esau got out before him. So the name in Jacob, the word Jacob means coming from behind. It means follow. It also means a supplanter. Somebody that will take what belongs to somebody for himself. It also means a cheat, a liar. It's coming from behind. It's follow, cheat, supplanter, liar. That was the name of Jacob. They used his circumstances to name him. If you come from where I came from Africa, every name has a meaning. Not just from Africa, from a specific part where I came from, the Yoruba tribe, every name has a meaning. Pastor Sunday and I came from the same tribe. You know why it's called Sunday? Because they gave birth to him on Sunday. That's true. His name is Sunday. Because he was born on, that's Nigeria for you, very simple. His name is Sunday because he was born on Sunday. In fact, his wife is also Sunday. Her name is Bosede, if I'm not mistaken. Bosede is Sunday in Yoruba language, but it's used for women. So I think Sunday and his wife were born the same day. Not the same day they born Sunday. Literally means born with the beginning of the week, Bosede. My name is Oluwamuyiwa Abolaji Akinbo. You know what Oluwamuyiwa means? Oluwa means the Lord. Muyiwa means brought. It means the Lord brought this. My second born, his name is Abolaji. We named them Nigerian name as their first name and their middle name Western name. So Ayo's name is Abolaji David Akinbo. You know why we name him Abolaji? So because between Ore and Ayo, let me start with Ore. I'm trying to help you here. Ore means gift. Oreluwa, gift from the Lord. That's the name of our first son. Because when our first son was born, remember I was born African, Nigerian African. So I still have African brain. So when we start having our baby, I use my African brain to name all our children. Myself and their mother, my wife, decided, okay, you give them African name, I will give them Western name. But the African name is the first name, and the Western name is the middle name. So Ore is Ore Cordell Akimbo. Ayo is Abolaji David Akimbo. Shade is Shade Oluwa Grace Akimbo. So Ore means the gift from the Lord. So when Ore was born, we saw a mighty gift from God. It was a gift to us. So we named him Ore Oluwa, the gift from the Lord. Between Ore and Ayo, my wife got pregnant and had a miscarriage. You guys don't know that. Had a miscarriage. And my wife was really hot, was really upset. So when she got pregnant again and Ayo came, we named him the joy of our breakthrough. Because of the miscarriage, she started panicking. She went into this panic attack and she was afraid. She thought she may never be able to carry a baby anymore. So when Ayo was born, Ayo was the joy of our, that's what Abolaji means. So if you look at the Bible, that's the way the Bible is. Every child in the Bible is named based on their circumstances, based on their family, based on their situation in which they were born. So Jacob was named basically second. You will always be second. You never be first. You always follow. And you're a cheat because they saw you fighting your brother in the womb, trying to be the first even though you are the second. That's how they named Jacob. You are Jacob. But Jacob decided to challenge the label. There are labels that they put on you that you have nothing to do with. There are labels they put on you that is not your fault. You were born like that. Your mother named you based on what she was going through. Your father named you based on what he was going through. Sometimes they name you, sometimes your father named you because of the sport team they are supporting. One family came to me years ago and said, Pastor, I want to name our child. And can we name our child Gator? True story. I said, what? Why? Because we love Florida Gator. I'm telling you, University of Florida football team, Florida Gator. And they left our church before they named their child, so thank God. So I won't be surprised if I see a boy called Gator. I know his father. So your father, your mother might name you based on whatever is going on, he is going through or she's going through. The Bible talks about a boy called Ichabod. Ichabod was the grandchild of Eli. Ophni and Phinehas were the children of Eli, and they were terrible priests under their father, the high priest, and God got mad with them, and God killed them both on one day. But the wife of one of them was pregnant, and while the news came that the husband was dead, she went into labor and gave birth to this child, and she died while she was giving birth to this child. So they named that child Ichabod. The word Ichabod means the glory has departed. Because at that moment, they lost the battle, they lost the ark of God, they lost God's presence, they lost the high priest, she lost her husband, they lost everything. And the glory of God departed from Israel, so that they named that child after the prevailing circumstance. Maybe you are named after the prevailing circumstance during your birth. Maybe your dad was going through a difficult time and he named you Mr. Difficult. Now you are laughing. Find out what your name means. There's a guy in the Bible called Jabez. You know what the word Jabez means? Sorrowful. Pain. The parents were going through pain. And when he was born, they named him after their problem. Maybe your dad named you after his problem. Maybe your mother, maybe your grandparent, maybe the state names you after their problem. And you've carried that label all your life. And you wonder why nothing is working. You wonder why you're always struggling. You wonder why you're always in pain. You wonder why you're always in frustration. Maybe you are named based on your profession, like Rahab. Rahab was named based on her profession. I've not even studied what Rahab means, but they say Rahab, the harlot, the prostitute. So when Jacob came to himself, when he came to maturity, he said, no, I refuse to be Jacob. So he started maneuvering to steal the birthright, to become the firstborn. He's been trying to become firstborn from womb. So immediately he got the opening to become the firstborn. He gave Esau a pot of soup and took the firstborn birthright from Esau. But he was still the secondborn. Yeah, the father blessed him. Then after he took the firstborn, he went and deceived the father too and pretended to be Esau and got the blessing of the firstborn.